Welcome back. In the last step, we went over what a budget is. Now, we're going to talk about your specific situation. Your doctor can't draw any conclusions about your health without running tests and gathering all the information first. That makes perfect sense to most of us. Well, the same logic applies to your financial health. But for some reason, it's not as intuitive to most of us as getting blood taken at the doctor's office. If you're ready to diagnose your money situation and develop a practical and effective treatment plan, the first step is coming face to face with your full financial picture. When you lay it all out on the table, you'll get a holistic view, a lay of the land that'll help you make the right decisions moving forward. Many of us rely on discrete pieces of information to make decisions about our finances. But that's just like getting a diagnosis that's only half right. It's not good enough. It's scary, I know. But just like getting your blood taken at the doctor's office, the anticipation is a whole lot worse than the reality. So, where do we start? Let's break down the two financial forces at play that you need to know about: assets and liabilities. When we talk about your assets and liabilities, we're looking to paint a picture of what your financial situation is at any given moment. If you think of your budget like a slow motion video that walks you through what happened over the month, consider your assets and liabilities as a still photograph of where things stand at any given moment. Don't worry if that isn't super clear. Let's go through it. Think of assets as all the positive numbers in your financial life. Assets are anything you own that holds value. So that might be cash, including all the money in your checkings and savings accounts. Or it might be a big physical asset, like a house, car, expensive artwork, or even assets you can't physically hold, but are still very much real, like your investments in the stock market. Now, liabilities. We like thinking of these as the negative numbers. Anywhere you owe money is considered a liability. While your home may be an asset if you own it outright, if you have a mortgage, like many homeowners, whatever you owe the bank is a liability. Debt is a really common liability. Student loans, payday loans, credit cards, and so on. It's easier if you think of your assets as positives and your liabilities as negatives. When you subtract your liabilities from your assets, you're left with your net worth. Everyone has a net worth, not just celebrities. But back to assets and liabilities. Your student loan and bank balance are things that exist in the present. But to get a really good understanding of your financial situation, you've also got to spend some time with the crystal ball. Are you expecting any significant assets? That might be a year-end bonus or a property you're inheriting, as an example. These are future assets. Are you expecting any big bills or expenses? Maybe you haven't had your car serviced in 4 years, so you're betting on some pretty hefty mechanical bills. Or perhaps you know you've got to pay your taxes in the next few months. These are future liabilities. Sometimes our crystal ball works, and we can plan for future assets and liabilities. But other times we can't. And by some cruel trick of fate, it seems unexpected bills are far more common than surprise assets. Back to assets and liabilities you have today. Your homework assignment is to lay it all out. In the next path, we'll talk about how to analyze these numbers. But for now, just get it down on paper. It's important to look across all of your bank accounts and all of the different places in your life that money touches. Ask yourself whether it's something you own, an asset, or something you owe, a liability. Remember, this is a still life photograph, not a video. So your rent payment or your salary won't be included because at any given day, that will already be reflected in your cash balance, which is an asset. It's a little tricky, because how much cash you have in the bank can change pretty significantly from one day to the next, like if it's payday. In order to not get confused by this, we recommend differentiating between the cash you spend for monthly bills, like your rent and food, from the rest of your savings. Write down your assets, differentiating between what's short-term and long-term, and write down your liabilities. Punch it all into your calculator or phone and work out where you stand. We'll come back to this piece of paper in the next path, so put it somewhere safe. The key takeaway for this step is recognizing the importance of getting a clear, honest, and complete picture of your unique financial position. This is the foundation of your journey to financial wellness. In the next step, we'll put aside your net worth for a minute and talk about how to get comfortable with your spending habits.